Welcome back to the Gold IRA Blueprint podcast. Today we're going deep on a topic that's probably on your mind as you plan for retirement.
Yeah,
The potential of a gold IRA to safeguard your wealth and build a lasting legacy.
right.
Given all the market volatility and inflation we've seen, it's natural to be looking for secure and stable options. So we're here to give you the insights you need to make informed decisions about your financial future.
Exactly.
If you're ready to take control of your retirement and explore this path toward financial stability, visit goldirablueprint.com/exclusive for a free checklist that will help you choose the right gold IRA company.
Yeah, it's a great starting point as we unpack this together. Most of you listening likely have a good chunk of your retirement savings in traditional 401ks and IRAs, which are heavily invested in stocks and bonds.
Right.
But those can be vulnerable, as we've seen recently.
Absolutely. And that's where gold comes in, right?
Mhm.
It has this reputation for holding its value even when the market gets shaky, like a safe haven asset.
Exactly. Think of it this way. Diversifying with a gold IRA is like adding a ballast to your portfolio. Stocks and bonds might be the sails catching the wind, offering growth potential. But gold is that steady weight, keeping you from capsizing when the seas get rough.
Okay, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
So how does someone actually get started with a gold IRA? Is it super complicated?
Not all.
I-
It's actually a pretty straightforward process. First, you choose an IRS-approved custodian who specializes in precious metals.
Okay.
This custodian is essentially like a trustee who holds and manages your assets within the IRA.
So they're not just some random person storing gold bars under their mattress, right? They're a regulated entity, which is reassuring.
Exactly. They have to meet specific IRS requirements to ensure everything is above board and secure. Once you've chosen your custodian, you can fund the account,
Okay.
either by transferring funds from an existing retirement account like your 401k or by making direct contributions.
Got it. So you're essentially moving money you already have set aside for retirement or
Mhm.
adding new savings into this special gold IRA.
Precisely. Then comes the exciting part, purchasing the gold. Your custodian will help you acquire IRS-approved gold coins or bars.
Okay.
There are some popular options like American Gold Eagles, Canadian Gold Maple Leafs, and 99 5% pure gold bars, all of which meet the regulatory requirements for a gold IRA.
So it's not like you can just buy any gold jewelry or nuggets you find online. It has to be specific, high-quality gold that meets IRS standards.
Absolutely. And finally, your gold needs to be stored in an IRS-approved depository. These are highly secure facilities designed to safeguard precious metals, adhering to strict regulatory standards to ensure the safety and integrity of your investment.
Okay, so we've covered the basics of how it works. But I'm sure some people listening are thinking gold IRAs aren't those just for the super rich.
That's a common misconception. The truth is, gold IRAs are accessible to a wide range of budgets. You can start with as little as $5,000 to $10,000, making it a viable option for many retirees who are simply looking to diversify and protect their savings.
That's good to know. It feels like there's often this perception that alternative investments like this are only for the wealthy, so it's helpful to clarify that.
Absolutely. And speaking of misconceptions, another one we hear a lot is that gold is a short-term investment.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah.
Like it's something you buy and sell quickly to try and make a quick profit.
Well, that's not really how gold works. It's much more of a long-term wealth preservation tool. Historically, gold has demonstrated its ability to retain its value over the long haul, especially during times of economic turmoil and inflation.
So it's more about holding on to value over time and weathering those economic storms rather than chasing quick gains.
Exactly. If we connect this to the bigger picture, you'll see that over the last 50 years, the price of gold has increased over 400%, and in the last 20 years alone, it's up by about 500%. Now, of course, past performance is no guarantee of future results, but this historical data does provide some interesting perspective.
Wow, those are some impressive numbers. It definitely suggests that gold can hold its own over time.
It certainly does. And when you consider the fact that gold is a tangible asset, it's something you can physically hold,
Right.
it offers a level of security and comfort that you don't always get with paper assets like stocks or bonds.
Okay, so it's tangible, it has a history of holding its value, and it's accessible to a range of budgets.
Right.
What else should people know about the benefits of a gold IRA? What's fascinating to you?
Well, we've touched on inflation protection, but it's worth diving a deeper into how gold can act as a hedge against rising prices.
Yeah.
You see, when inflation takes hold, the purchasing power of the dollar decreases, meaning you can buy less with the same amount of money.
Yeah, we're all feeling that at the grocery store these days.
Exactly. But gold tends to rise in value during these periods, almost like a counterbalance.
Hmm.
It helps to preserve your purchasing power and the real value of your wealth.
So as the value of the dollar might decrease, the value of your gold holdings could potentially increase,
Right.
helping to offset those losses.
Yeah, precisely. And here's where it gets interesting. Let's look at a specific example. Between 1971 and 2021, the average annual inflation rate in the U.S. was around 3.8%. During that same period,
Yeah.
gold saw an average annual return of about 7%.
Wow. So gold's return significantly outpaced inflation over that time frame.
It did. Now, past performance doesn't guarantee future results, but this historical data does suggest that gold has the potential to preserve and even grow your wealth during inflationary periods.
It's like having an extra layer of protection against those rising prices we're all experiencing.
Exactly. And then there's the element of stability that gold brings to a portfolio.
Yeah.
As we all know, the stock market can be a roller coaster ride with unpredictable ups and downs that can be nerve-wracking for retirees.
You don't want to be on that kind of roller coaster when you're relying on your investments for income.
Absolutely not. But gold is often seen as a safe haven asset. During times of economic uncertainty or market turmoil, investors tend to flock to gold, driving up its value.
So while stocks and bonds might be taking a hit during those periods, gold could potentially hold steady or even increase in value,
Right.
offering a sense of security when you need it most.
That's the idea. If we look back at the 2008 financial crisis, for example, the S&P 500 index, which tracks the performance of 500 large companies, fell by over 38%. But during that same period, the price of gold actually increased by over 25%.
It really underscores that idea of gold being a safe haven during turbulent times.
It does. And let's not forget about the potential tax advantages of a gold IRA. Just like traditional IRAs, they offer tax-deferred growth, meaning your investments can grow without being taxed until you withdraw the funds in retirement.
So your money has more time to potentially compound and grow tax-free.
Exactly. And if you opt for a Roth Gold IRA, you could potentially enjoy tax-free withdrawals during retirement. This can be a significant benefit, especially as you're planning your long-term financial strategy.
It sounds like there are some compelling tax benefits to consider.
There are. And one final point that's often overlooked is the potential for generational wealth transfer with a gold IRA. Gold's tangibility and enduring value make it an ideal asset for passing down wealth through generations.
This is something I think a lot of people listening to this podcast will be interested in.
Yeah.
It's not just about securing your own financial future, but also about providing for your loved ones.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike paper assets that can be lost or depreciate over time, gold has intrinsic value that can withstand the test of time. By including a gold IRA as part of your estate plan, you're essentially giving your heirs a gift that can help secure their financial well-being for years to come.
It's like leaving a piece of financial security that they can rely on no matter what the future holds.
Precisely. And if you're interested in learning more about choosing the right gold IRA company for your needs, remember to check out goldirablueprint.com/exclusive. They have a free checklist there that can be really helpful as you start your research.
It's a great resource to have on hand as you navigate this world. And speaking of navigating this world, I know that a lot of people might be concerned about scams in this space. It's important to feel confident that you're dealing with a legitimate provider.
That's a crucial point. Unfortunately, scams do exist in any industry, and the world of gold IRAs is no exception. That's why due diligence is absolutely paramount.
So how can people protect themselves and ensure they're working with a reputable gold IRA provider? What are some red flags to watch out for?
Well, a great place to start is with thorough research. Look for a provider with a long-standing positive track record and transparent fees. They should be upfront about all costs involved without any hidden surprises.
Transparency is key. You want to know exactly what you're getting into before making any commitments.
Absolutely. And be sure to check if they work with an IRS-approved custodian and offer secure, insured storage options for your gold. This is crucial for the safety and compliance of your investment. You should also pay close attention to their customer support. A responsive and knowledgeable team can make all the difference in navigating the process smoothly.
It's reassuring to know you have a team you can rely on to answer your questions and address any concerns you may have.
Exactly. If you encounter any red flags like high-pressure sales tactics or vague answers to your questions, it's always best to walk away and seek a more reputable option. Remember, this is your retirement savings. You deserve to feel confident and secure in your choices.
That's such an important reminder. Don't let anyone rush you into a decision you're not comfortable with. It's worth taking the time to find the right partner for your gold IRA journey.
Couldn't agree more. Now, shifting gears a bit, I think it's important to address the question of why a gold IRA might be a good fit for you, especially in today's economic climate.
Yeah, let's talk about that. What makes a gold IRA particularly relevant for retirees right now?
Well, we've seen a lot of uncertainty in the markets lately. Inflation is high, interest rates are rising, and geopolitical tensions are adding to the volatility. These factors can erode the value of traditional investments like stocks and bonds.
It's definitely a challenging environment for anyone trying to protect their savings and plan for a secure retirement.
It is. And that's where gold's historical resilience comes into play. As we discussed earlier, gold has a long track record of holding its value even during periods of economic turmoil. It can act as a hedge against inflation and provide stability when other assets are fluctuating.
So it's almost like a form of insurance for your retirement portfolio.
That's a good way to put it. By diversifying with gold, you're essentially adding a layer of protection to your savings, helping to mitigate the impact of potential market downturns.
And it's not just about protecting your wealth, it's also about potentially growing it. We saw those impressive numbers earlier about gold's performance over the last 50 years.
Exactly. While past performance doesn't guarantee future results, those historical returns do suggest that gold can be a valuable part of a long-term investment strategy.
It's about finding that balance between growth and stability, which I think is what a lot of retirees are looking for.
That's the sweet spot. And don't forget about the potential for generational wealth transfer with a gold IRA. Gold's enduring value makes it an ideal asset to pass down to your loved ones, providing them with financial security for years to come.
It's a way to create a legacy that extends beyond your own lifetime, which is a powerful concept.
It is. And as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of gold IRAs, I'm struck by how much there is to learn and explore.
It's definitely a topic that warrants further research.
Uh,
I know I've learned a lot from our conversation today. I'm sure our listeners have too.
I hope so. We've covered a lot of ground from the mechanics of setting up a gold IRA to the potential benefits and how to choose the right provider.
And for anyone who's feeling inspired to delve deeper, I highly recommend checking out goldirablueprint.com/exclusive. They have a free checklist there that can guide you through the process of selecting a gold IRA company that's right for you.
It's a fantastic resource to have on hand as you begin your journey. As a final thought, I encourage you to reflect on your own financial goals and priorities. What are your biggest concerns as you approach retirement? What steps can you take to feel more confident and secure about your financial future?
Those are great questions to consider. And remember, a gold IRA isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It's important to do your due diligence, weigh the potential benefits and risks, and make a decision that aligns with your individual needs and circumstances.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power. The more informed you are, the better equipped you'll be to make choices that support your long-term financial well-being.
Well said. Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today. It's been an enlightening conversation.
It's been a pleasure.
And to our listeners, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of gold IRAs. We wish you all the best on your journey toward a secure and fulfilling retirement.